Welcome to Fix It Home Improvement, covering projects that every homeowner should know and great products for home and garden.
Hi, I'm JC, and this is where we share weekly home improvement tips. I'm here with my co-host, Cindy.
Hello, JC.
Hi, Cindy. This week we're going to be talking about luxury vinyl flooring, and we'd like to thank Trey Gordon for liking and sharing the podcast. And we'd also like to thank CastBox for featuring us again on their website, and you can check them out at castbox.fm. Some of the first vinyl floorings were developed in the 1930s, and in the 1960s, no wax vinyl flooring became the second most popular flooring in the U.S. Carpet was number one, but it contained asbestos to make it more durable, and it wasn't until 1978 that it was banned in most products in the U.S., but some products still have it. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Luxury vinyl tile comes in two main types. You can have square or rectangular tiles that have the look of stone or ceramic tile, or planks that have the look of hardwood, and they can be a range of material from 100% vinyl to a blend of material. Some are flexible and some have a rigid core. Most of these are going to be waterproof, but not all, so you have to check the ratings when you're comparing the different tiles. And they can be called resilient vinyl flooring, or LVT, which is luxury vinyl tile, or LVF, luxury vinyl flooring, or VCT, vinyl composite tile, or LVP, luxury vinyl plank, or VPF, vinyl plank flooring, or EVP, which is engineered vinyl plank. And these usually have a rigid core, and a lot of them have an attached underlayment.
So this isn't confusing at all.
Well, to make it more confusing, the engineered vinyl plank can also be called enhanced vinyl plank, premium vinyl plank, multi-layer flooring, rigid core, composite core, or WPC. And the WPCs, these are the solid core. It's wood, plastic, composite. It's wood flour fused with thermoplastic and minerals.
Did you say wood flour?
So wood flour is just ground up wood. It's almost like...
Yes, Cindy, I said wood flour.
It's almost sand-like. It's not flour. Solid core luxury vinyl planks can be water resistant or waterproof, and the solid core isn't going to flex like standard vinyl tile, so this is going to go well over existing flooring. You're going to see dimensionally stable on some of the solid core planks, which means it retains its shape with changes in temperature and humidity, and you're going to have good uniformity between the boxes. The luxury vinyl tile is usually glued down or self-stick, and the luxury vinyl planks are usually an interlocking floating flooring system. So it's almost like engineered hardwood planks or laminate planks. But the benefit of luxury vinyl planks compared to laminate flooring or engineered hardwood flooring is that the 100% waterproof planks are great in areas like kitchens, bathrooms, and basements. And this can be used on grade, above grade, or below grade. Where if you're putting down a laminate flooring, generally the core is HDF or MDF, so you don't want to get the core wet because it's wood-based. And many manufacturers recommend gluing the joints in areas with potential spills or by a doorway. And with the engineered hardwood flooring, you have a hardwood veneer over a plywood-like core, so you don't want to get that wet. So these 100% waterproof vinyl planks are just fantastic. The new types of luxury vinyl planks are similar to laminate flooring, so they're going to have a very realistic high-definition picture of wood, and that's covered with a tough wear layer. And this can be smooth or have a texture to simulate wood grain and the knots in wood. So embossed, hand-scraped, or authentic texture means it has a textured surface that catches light, and it's going to give the impression of depth. Embossed in register means that the texture matches the picture of the grain of the knots below the wear layer. So it's going to have the most realistic look and feel. But it's funny, the embossed planks are designed to look like hardwood floors.
Right.
But most hardwood floors, they're sanded smooth and have a finish on top of them. So they're, like a real hardwood floor is actually smooth. It doesn't have that texture. I spoke to Armstrong and they had a couple of tips. One of the most important things to compare when you're shopping for luxury vinyl tile or planks is the wear layer. So this is the thin, clear coating above the picture layer, and they said a vinyl wear layer is an entry layer flooring. So this is the least resistant to scratching and stains. A urethane wear layer is a step up in durability, and a urethane wear layer with additives like aluminum oxide, these are going to be the most durable. UV cured acrylics are also highly scratch and stain resistant. And Armstrong said that their Diamond 10 wear layer is one of the most scratch and stain resistant in the industry. And the thickness of the wear layer, this is going to be measured in mils. This is thousandths of an inch.
Was that hard for you to say?
Yes.
You think that's why they say mils?
So 6, 12, and 20 mil is common in luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl planks for homes. Many pros are recommending 12 mil in a typical home. If you have high traffic, a lot of kids and pets running around, 20 mil is going to be more durable and have a longer warranty. The Armstrong planks with UV cured urethane and a 20 mil wear layer, they have a limited lifetime warranty. Their Diamond 10 has a lifetime warranty. Shaw Flooring, their enhanced vinyl planks with a 12 mil wear layer have a 30-year limited warranty, and their 20 mil wear layer have a lifetime limited warranty. Cortec Flooring, it's capital C-O-R-E, small T-E-C. Their flooring with a 20 mil wear layer has a limited lifetime warranty.
How are laminate floors and hardwood floors rated?
So with the
On a scale.
So with the laminate flooring, we were talking about the AC rating.
I don't remember what we talked about last week.
So laminate flooring, you're looking for AC1 through AC5, AC5 being the most durable, although some are now in AC6. With the Janka scale, that's for hardwood floors. It's how much pressure it takes to drive a steel ball halfway into the wood. So
I remember that.
red oak is considered the standard. It's a 1290 on the Janka rating. But with the vinyl flooring, it's just easier with a mill. So, if, it's kind of a standard is 12, and if you're looking for something very durable, lifetime warranty, 20 mil, it's kind of easy to look for.
Okay.
When you're shopping, you should compare the thicknesses. Luxury vinyl tile that looks like stone or ceramic tile is usually thinner. It's going to be in the 2 to 4 millimeter range, and you'd be gluing this, or it's going to be self-stick. The luxury vinyl planks are going to range from 3 to 12 millimeters. They can be thicker, but 3 to 7 millimeters is pretty common. Generally, the thicker the plank, the stronger the tongue and groove connection is going to be.
Right. You went to the store this week, actually several stores apparently, and picked up samples.
Yeah, I think it's great to get samples. You get a feel for the thickness, the flooring, the texture, the color.
Because I have samples now of laminate floor, carpet, and now luxury vinyl tile and planks.
Yeah, it's interesting,
I don't know why
isn't
you
it?
have to get 20 of each one of these.
We're going to be like experts
Yeah.
the more we look at this stuff.
So like the 7 millimeter thickness, it kind of looks like laminate floor thickness.
So 7 millimeters is going to be a little bit over a quarter inch. And the key thing to think about with thickness is, will this flooring be transitioning to another room, and what is the height and what's the type of flooring? If you have two hard surfaces, you can use a T-molding so that they blend together. If they're different heights, there's hard surface reducers and there's accessories for carpeting. But it's nice if both rooms are the same height.
So it's easier.
Right. Another thing to compare is the underlayment. So with the floating vinyl planks, some styles don't require an underlayment, some recommend it, and some of them, the underlayment comes attached, which is very easy.
Exciting.
If you want sound deadening, look for an underlayment that has an IIC or an STC rating. IIC is the impact isolation class, and this measures sounds from impact, so dropping things or walking. STC is sound transmission class, so this is airborne sounds like talking or music. If you have a rating of 50, this is the building code minimum. A rating of 60 is superior soundproofing, and 70 is virtually soundproof. Some other features you should look for when you're comparing flooring is antimicrobial, mark resistant, non-slip, and scratch resistance.
Okay.
If you're shopping in a store, I would look at the full pieces. If the design is too distinctive, the flooring can look repetitive.
Okay.
So a random or more subtle design can look more natural. Some boxes are going to have a variety of unique tiles per box. And when you're installing it, I would pull the tiles out of the box and pick out the repeat patterns and keep those spaced. Some of the luxury vinyl tile that looks like stone or tile can have the option of being installed with grout, and it's going to give it an authentic look. It's weird, isn't it?
It seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, really. So traditional stone or ceramic tile, it can be cold in the winter, where luxury vinyl tile, it's going to retain the warmth of the room, and luxury vinyl tile is going to absorb shock if you drop something hard on it rather than cracking or chipping. And ceramic tiles can crack with movement of the subfloor, where like the glued vinyl tiles are going to flex, or floating floors are not going to be affected by the subfloor. The luxury vinyl tile that looks like stone or ceramic generally comes 16 by 16 inches, 12 by 24, 12 by 12, 12 by 36, or 12 by 23. Luxury vinyl planks, 6 inches wide and 7 inches wide, are very popular, and 36 and 48 inch links. I looked at a couple of home centers here in Chicago, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7, 7.5, and 8.5 inches wide were the planks that I saw in the stores here. And some companies are going to have a variety of links in the boxes, and it's going to make installation easier, so your seams aren't lining up. And then planks can have a square or a beveled edge, and the beveled edge can help break up the look of some patterns, and it can actually give a more distinctive plank look, so it doesn't look so much like just one uniform piece.
Okay.
Low gloss or low sheen doesn't reflect light as much, so scratches aren't as noticeable, and it's going to give some patterns a more natural look. It's going to look less like plastic flooring. The longer, wider pieces are going to install faster, but you need to consider the look of the flooring and what you want to get out of it. A lot of designers say that the 4 or 5 inch wide planks are going to give a more formal or traditional look, where the wider planks give a more casual or country feel.
Okay.
Luxury vinyl tile that's self-stick or glue down can be applied to most hard, flat surfaces, including plywood, but not wafer board, OSB, or particle board. But check the installation instructions.
Can it be put over existing tile?
If it's hard, if it's not real slippery, you might have to scuff it up a little bit. And if it has deep grout lines, you're probably going to have to use a floor leveler or floor patch on that.
Okay.
And if you do have any holes or imperfections in your subfloor or whatever you're going over, you should fill that and check the type that's recommended for your product. Many pros are recommending purchasing at least 10% extra tile for cutting and waste. And if you buy extra, you can generally take it back, but I would confirm that with the retailer and then keep your receipt. And then check all cartons for the same pattern and color. All the boxes should have the same lot number or run number for uniform color and the same picture. And if you're putting down self-stick, see if there's directional arrows on the back of the paper backing. You want to make sure you're running the tile all in the same direction. Most of the thin luxury vinyl tile are easy to cut with a razor knife, and then you just snap them apart. And check the instructions to see if you need to roll the tile. Many of these glues need pressure, so you're going to have to rent a 100-pound hand roller and then roll this over the floor. Some of the interlocking floating planks have this adhesive strip, and it has a pressure adhesive. So once you lay the floor, you need to roll the whole area with a 100-pound roller, and that's what activates the glue.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's wild, huh? So there's also a new style of luxury vinyl tile called loose lay. So there's no tongue and groove or glue required in the field of the flooring. You're going to glue down the planks or the tiles along the edge, and then you're going to butt up each row to that glued first row. Then you glue down the last row all around the perimeter to hold the field in place. So some have rubberized backing, and some use suction to hold the pieces in place, but check for the subfloor requirements. But that would be very easy to replace a damaged tile if you just loose lay it.
Right.
For floating, interlocking vinyl planks, check to see if it needs acclimation to the room. Sometimes you need to open the boxes for 24 to 48 hours in the room where you're installing it. Some planks don't require it, though. Many want the installation temperature between 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The floating luxury vinyl planks usually can go over most solid, level, clean surfaces like plywood, OSB, particle board, fiber board, tile, linoleum, stone, but you should check with your installation instructions. For a wood subfloor, the moisture level usually has to be below 13%. For concrete, moisture level is usually below 4%, and over concrete or crawl spaces, you may need a moisture barrier. Generally, it's going to be a 6 mil plastic overlapped, but check to see if you need that or an underlayment, and the attached underlayment's much easier to put down. If you
Can you find these instructions online before you purchase the stuff?
Yeah, I would do my homework first. I love looking at the warranties and the installation instructions before I purchase something like this.
Well, if you're comparing what's more work, what's not.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I think that's very smart.
thank you.
If you, if you have radiant heated subfloors, check to see if your tile is rated for it. And you usually can't put vinyl floating floors over carpet, cushioned vinyl flooring, rubber, cork, or another floating floor. Most require you maintain humidity levels and temperatures, but usually a much bigger range than engineered or laminate flooring. I saw one line of vinyl plank that said humidity levels are acceptable between 30 and 85%, where hardwood, 35 to 55. Plus, you wouldn't want humidity levels much over 55. Anyway, and then temperatures between 50 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. For a floating vinyl floor, leave an expansion gap all around the perimeter, usually about 1/4 inch. Remove all your baseboard. Some are going to cut with a razor knife. Some of the solid core, you're going to need a circular saw or miter saw with a fine tooth blade, but check the recommended type of blade and the amount of teeth per inch. You want to plan each row. Lay out your plan, look at it, and see where it ends. You want about 6 inches or more at each end, and then you want to stagger your joints with at least 6 inches.
Plus, you should be looking for the repeating patterns, right?
Right, exactly. That's why it's nice to lay this out first. And then when you're cutting pieces, use those cut pieces at the end of the rows. You want the factory cuts next to each other. Undercut your door jambs with a Japanese pull saw or an oscillating multi-tool.
Okay.
And some planks, you're going to need a tapping block and a rubber mallet, so check again your installation instructions. And you can get specialized pull bars to grab the planks at the end of a row and then tap it into the neighboring plank with a hammer. And those are pretty cool tools. To maintain luxury vinyl tile, check your warranty and the care instructions from the manufacturer. Some of the common tips I've seen: sweep routinely at least once a week, wipe up any spills immediately, damp mop it with a pH neutral cleaner or distilled water. Some people recommend a white vinegar diluted. Do not use soap or detergent, most manufacturers say. Vacuum without the beater bar. Never use abrasive mops or claws. Don't use ammonia or multi-surface cleaner.
Really?
Isn't that interesting? I saw that from a couple manufacturers. Don't use a steam cleaner. Some pros recommend Bona tile and laminate floor cleaner, but most manufacturers are going to have their own mild cleaner. Use felt pads under all furniture, not rubber pads or rubber mats.
Really?
And change your felt pads regularly. And you don't want to put a finish or a polish on luxury vinyl tile or luxury vinyl planks, and don't wax them either. I read a couple of the manufacturer's warranties, and here's some things they won't cover. So number 1 was floors installed with defects.
What does that mean?
Why
Why would you install a floor with a defect?
And how could they tell it was a defect when you installed it?
Yeah.
Additional adhesives applied, installed over concrete with excessive moisture or alkalinity, installed over unapproved subfloors, radiant heating that has temperatures over 85 degrees Fahrenheit, using soap, harsh chemicals, or waxes, using bleach or installing it outdoors, floors stained by dyes, fertilizers, driveway sealers, oil, high heel damage, cigarette burns, or gouges from furniture without proper floor protection.
Interesting.
I have some top-rated companies: Armstrong, Mannington, it's Mannington, Mohawk, Carndean, so this is in the UK, Karndean, Cortec, it's capital Core, small tec, Shaw, and Harbinger, it's Harbinger. And what a cool name that is. You know, that name was originally used for a person that went ahead of a nobleman or a group and found adequate lodging. And then the name became a foreteller of things to come.
How much time did you spend researching that?
You know, I went on like no tangents this time. I felt bad. Some top-rated companies from Home Centers, Traffic Master, Life Proof, Smart Core, and Stainmaster.
Do you have anything else to add?
When you're comparing luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl planks, know what thickness will be the best to make a transition to neighboring rooms. The thicker the wear layer, the more durable it's going to be. A 12 mil is very durable. 20 mil for high traffic, kids, pets, you're going to have the best warranties. Waterproof is great. And what is your subfloor or the flooring you're going to be covering? A floating system is going to be the easiest to install over most surfaces. Do you need an underlayment and a built-in backing is going to be the easiest. For better indoor air quality, look for the Floor Score IAQ certification, and that's low VOC, and IAQ is indoor air quality. Green Guard certified has low chemical emissions, and if you have kids, you want something that's phthalate free.
Let's wrap this up.
You can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Player FM, or your favorite podcast app.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review.
You can check out our home improvement videos on our YouTube channel, Fix It Home Improvement.
And you can subscribe to that as well.
You can download our books, Home Improvement Solutions, What Every Homeowner Should Know, on Amazon.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a 5-star rating and review.
You can email us at fixitpodcast@gmail.com, and you can follow Cindy on Twitter at FixItCohost.
Thank you for listening.
Talk to you next week.